Hey guys, what's up? Today is another episode of The Quest Gaming at College. I am the Merc, and this is Bullshit Games. Today, I want to talk about D&D and my Dark Heresy campaign, and a little bit of probably what's going on with gaming at home. First of all, in D&D, we're getting somewhere, slowly but surely. We're, I think, almost out of the first dungeon, which I think we're going on our third or fourth week of playing, so that's not too bad. It's only taken us about 3 sessions to push through the dungeon, or maybe 2, I'm not sure. But it's been good so far. It's great that we have such a balanced party this time around. Not like last time where everybody had a bow and nobody could take a hit. Though I will say, we faced the first technically equal challenge rating monster on Monday, and dear lord, it was almost bad. It was a mummy, and yeah, that almost cleaned our clocks. Our gnome knight took quite a beating. So did our dwarven fighter, but that's because he decided he was going to tackle the mummy, and that didn't go very well for him. So, I mean, he did tackle it, but then none of us could really do anything to it. The other thing is, I'm reminded playing D&D how at low, starting off, spells are just crap. They really are. Even as a cleric, the best I got right now is my healing spells and a couple of spells I've taken out of the Book of Exalted Deeds. Namely because the Book of Exalted Deeds is designed to make good aligned characters a little bit more fun to play, I guess. On the topic of D&D night, I want to just talk about like our group. We were not super serious, which I think is always for the best. You gotta have a good mix of being goofy and being serious at the same time. And there was an exchange Monday night that was just hilarious. We have a snack fund, and our DM brings in the snacks when he comes, and we had Skittles. And our Dwarven Fighter player asked our Dragon Shaman player to pass him a Skittle. And instead of, passing the box of Skittles or handing him a Skittle, the Dragon Shaman player picked up the Skittle and threw it at the fighter's player. And the fighter's response was, "Don't throw Skittles, you barbarian! We eat those here." And it just was kind of funny. We all had a good chuckle. We usually do. I don't think we've ever had a session where it's just been so serious that no one's really had fun. And moving on from that, I'll talk a little bit about my Dark Heresy game. And I feel kind of bad about Tuesday night because this week I'd been kind of busy. I've had homework. It seems like in college, homework comes due in like week blocks. Like you'll hit a week where you're just like, oh my god, there's homework. And that was this week. And it meant that I wasn't quite as prepared to run the game Tuesday night as I should have been. I had an interlude planned, which went perfectly fine. I actually had one of my players tell me that he enjoyed the storytelling that I came up with on my own over pre-made book adventures. So after 1 or 2 more book adventures, I might switch over to forcing myself into making campaigns for my group myself. But when it came to the actual adventure and getting into the nuts and bolts of it, I wasn't as 100% prepared as I could have been. So we ended up ending the night a little early, which was good because, again, I had homework. And hopefully tonight, I think we're going to play Risk for a little bit, but we might try to do some RPing. And hopefully that'll mean I'll be more prepared and I can get more into the nuts and bolts of the story. So far, the group for that is really doing well. And it's funny how people find out there's games going on campus here and there, and you have all these different people that want to come out and play. And sometimes I feel bad because once I start a game and I'm so far into it, and if I have a good number of players, like right now I have a good group for my Dark Heresy. There's 4 of them. They have good group dynamics. They work well with me. I work well with them. I don't really want to bring a lot more people in, so I've turned a couple people down that have wanted to play. And sometimes, I mean, I feel bad sometimes doing that, but as a DM or a GM running your game, it's all about what you're comfortable with, and that's the reason I've done it. Now, if the Dark Heresy campaign ends, or we get to a point where we as a group talk and we decide that, yeah, we could bring more people in, between adventures, it wouldn't be hard for me to, maybe bring another person or so in. But that would be a thing that I'll talk to the group about, and we'll all make a decision on that. So that's that. And I know I have like 2 friends and my RA, who is my friend, that want to or have asked about playing in games. So either maybe halfway through the semester if I feel like a good stopping point for the current campaign, start a new one, or wait until next semester and invite them into the game as well. So that's kind of where my Tuesday, Thursday night gaming group stands. And funnily enough, I had a friend of mine from the Monday night gaming group ask me what I did over weekends, because he was looking, I think, to start a D&D game. And sadly enough, I go home on weekends because Saturday night is my night to work at the bar I work at as a cook. So I couldn't participate in that, which was kind of a shame because I think he'd probably put on a good campaign. But like I said, once you start playing and you make a couple of friends that play, there's all kinds of opportunities that come up to play these games. Now, moving on from that and kind of talking about the gaming on the home front, down home away from college. My buddy and I played our first game of Dystopian Wars, Armored Land Battles, on Valentine's Day. It was fantastic. I might go so far as to say I enjoyed it a little bit more than the naval battles. I'm not sure yet. On top of that, I'm starting to get the urge to run a new, just fantasy, like a sci-fi or modern RPG. And if I do that, I'm going to get the group down home together, which is like three to 4 guys, depending on schedules. And I'm going to try to run that. And I blame that mostly on the fact that some of the classes I have been an inspiration for things that would make for a good sci-fi, like a gritty future dystopia sci-fi setting. And the fact that I've been watching Helix on the Sci-Fi Channel, which I don't know if some of you across the pond get the Sci-Fi Channel, but Helix is just kind of a cool show that I've picked up on, and it's given me some ideas for a campaign that I'd kind of like to do. So that's where gaming is currently on the home front. I know my Friday night, my normal gaming group, we've talked about maybe starting an Iron Kingdoms RPG, so we'll see where that goes. But I think that's going to be it for this episode. I'm going to get around and head to class, Human Rights and International Activism, which will be fun. And hopefully you guys have enjoyed the video, and if you did, leave us a like or a comment. It helps us out a lot, and we'll see you next time here at Full Shed Games.